Another box has arrived, as you can tell by the upside down instructions, that you unbox it, unroll it, and expand it. Looks like a bed though. Wait a minute. We have a bed. So what's up?
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
Brooklyn Bedding. The bed that they sent us, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Except we don't like it. We don't care for the way that it feels on us. And what do I mean by that? It's pretty darn comfortable. It's very good quality. However, we were really hot. For whatever reason, for us in our situation, I don't know if it was the confinement of the slide here, but we found that we were running our air conditioner about 2 degrees colder than what we normally do once we had this mattress. And it was something that we were a little bit concerned about. So we talked to Brooklyn Bedding and told them, hey, what do you think? Should we be doing something else? Now, usually, which they offered, was maybe putting a cooling topper on top of it. But there's a problem with that in our situation, and that is I literally have hit my head 3 times, I think, when I get in the bed. If I sit on the bed and lean back, if I'm trying to sit up in bed, because the mattress is so tall, again, 13 inches. So for us to put a topper on top of this, that would put it just a little bit too tall. However, I think that should have been the solution. That probably would have made it to where we could have addressed the heat problem on this. Now, with that said, I don't believe that this mattress is necessarily overly hot for everyone. It's just in our situation with the bedding that we were using, the cover that we were using, and the fact that we were in this confined area and we kind of reduced this, the space. I think that's what happened. I think that we had put this into the test, basically. But here's the thing. We also put their customer service to the test. And guess what? They passed.
When we decided that on the 3rd day, which obviously maybe we didn't give it long enough, but it was still kind of warm even to this day, I decided that I was going to contact Haley at Brooklyn Bedding. She has been our contact person, and she's been very super in dealing with. She responded that day with an offer to us to either send us a cover with 2 pillows or for us to choose another bed. So we decided that we would choose another bed, something similar to what we had prior. As far as the old one, or the one that he just showed you, we are giving it to a needy family because they needed one.
Right, that's what they recommended, that we either donate it, which we tried to find homeless shelters to donate.
I called so many places, but I was able to find somebody on Facebook.
Yeah, and this is a full-size queen. So even for other RVers in the park, we were finding a lot of people had short queens, but not full-size queens. So it's nice that we're not out anything. This was something that they sent us to, for free to review. And now we have yet another one that we'll show you. We'll go ahead and open this thing up. We'll expand it or allow it to expand. And we're looking forward to sleeping on this one and seeing what it's like. What we're waiting for is the people that are coming to pick it up. So we'll wait till that happens and then get back to you with the new expanded one. But again, the customer service aspect of things, I would have never expected. Now, you're probably saying, what about us? What about if I buy a mattress? Of course, you guys were given one to review, but what about if I buy one and there's an issue? It's awesome. You've got 120 days to try this thing out, and if you don't care for it, no problem. Same deal. They'll go ahead, you can contact them, they'll work with you, and you have a 10-year warranty against material defects. That doesn't mean you can burn it or something like that and you get a new one. It's, from it breaking down for no fault of yours whatsoever. There are conditions, but as far as the 120 day, that's just, hey, I don't like it. We need to do something about it. So don't think that we got treated any more better than you did in this case. That's something that they're willing to do for all their customers to make them happy. All right, so you see the mattress is gone. We had somebody that said that they could definitely use it, and they come flying out. It's amazing whenever you mentioned that, looking for a needy person that could use a mattress, and you put it up for free on Facebook, how fast somebody shows up. So now what we're going to do is bring in the new mattress and go through the process on that one. It needs to actually inflate. Let's call it inflate. Although it's not really inflating, it's just bringing back all the air that was pulled out of it. So maybe it was called inflating because it was deflated to some extent. All right, so you can see the big American flag. Why is that? Again, what I mentioned before in the first video, and if you haven't had a chance to check that out, go check out our first video. All American. This is out in Arizona, and this is the Brooklyn Bedding. That's the manufacturer. Brooklyn Arctic Dream is what this one is, and it has a gel layer. That's for the heat situation. Now, another big difference between this one and the one that we had on the bed earlier, this one is shorter and it's lighter. This one's roughly half the weight of the other one that we just took off. So I'm happy to see that, and Heidi will confirm it, that the material is not any less quality than what we just had.
Very nice.
Yeah, I was concerned that it was going to be a complete different mattress. I mean, is this what you expected? I thought it was going to be a different mattress, a different material. I thought the sides and the seams, there was so much that we liked about the first one, how heavy these seams are. The only thing this is missing is some kind of handles for the side, but I think that because that other one was twice as much as far as weight than this one, that's why those handles were on the side for, navigation to move it around, to get this thing to get to where it needs to be. But other than that, all of this is the same. The bottom's the same. It's a real heavy, here, Heidi, I'll pull that back maybe, possibly.
What's that?
Just lift it all, yeah, there we go. So this is some sort of, okay, best way I can describe it is car cover.
Yeah.
It's like a car cover material.
Yeah. Which is nice when it sits on wood.
Right. And then this is like a velour. It's real soft, and you can see all this quilting. And then the stitching on this is, again, we really liked the one that we had before from the company. So even though we got a little bit lesser in price, a little bit shorter, so far I don't see where the quality of build is any different. I think the build quality is exactly the same. One thing we noticed with our old mattress and this one, I paid attention to it this time. Heidi had told me when we put the slide in one time that the dresser actually got pushed on by the mattress quite a bit. Well, it is a full queen. That's what comes in the Rockwood RVs. And I told her, I said, no, it's the right size. Maybe it's just because it's more billowed out. That's why it pushed on it. Well, then I got looking today for the first time, and I'm like, well, this is overhanging the wood a little bit more. Now, this has nothing to do with the mattress. The mattress is the exact size it's supposed to be. It's because it's taller, just like the last one, than the original mattress that came with the RV. The accommodation, the space that they gave us here, I know you're not going to necessarily see that, but there is a gap there, and that gap is a little bit too small for the mattress to slide under the headboard. So I'm going to have to take the headboard off, lift it up to match this, and then bolt it back to the wall. That I'm glad we seen that, because that was something I was not aware of.
What are you doing, Michael?
This is a story of Sleeping Beauty.
Barf.
So, what are we doing? I've already moved this a little bit up based on the height of this. What I would recommend is whatever the height is of the mattress, if you decide to upgrade to, whatever the height of the mattress is that's above and beyond whatever you had in here prior, whatever came with, to raise it that amount of inches plus maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches more. So that's what I'm doing now. I already moved it up the exact amount that was needed for this, but that didn't take in consideration our sheets, our blankets, anything we may want to tuck in or run over this. So we need a little bit more height for that. And in addition to that, if you guys buy a mattress that's not like this one that has like a cool gel infusion into it, a pad that's built into it, and you want to add a topper or something like that, that's going to add, 1 inch or 2 inches to the height of the mattress. So you definitely want to raise the headboard to accommodate that also. So let me show you what's involved here, because it's not hard. This is not difficult. There are no real backers to screw into. You're just screwing into the paneling, because this doesn't really support anything. It just holds here. So don't use this to try to climb out of bed or something like that. It's not going to take that but so many times. Don't try to pull on this, because you will pull it from the wall. Heidi's going to have to put the camera down here. That's the bracket that you need to be concerned with. There's 2 screws, and there's a bracket just like it on this side. So let me take those screws out. I already did this side. Let me go ahead and take out the screws on this side. I should have, it's just a Roberts headed screw, which some people can get away with Phillips, but I prefer to do the Roberts because they don't slip. It's a lot easier. And the best part about this job is that we're inside, we're in the air conditioning, and I'm on the bed. So it's a nice cushiony feeling. Okay, so with those 2 brackets out, the screws out of those brackets, they're loose from the wall, see? But it's still hanging on. So you're like, oh, I wonder if there is something back there. But this is a nice thing. Ka-ching. So this is what it looks like. The back of the mattress, or I'm sorry, the headboard. Now we put a couple pieces of duct tape here to hold this material down, because we couldn't find our stapler. Probably be a good idea to staple this. What happened was, whenever they hooked this on the wall, it rolled up, the material rolled up in there. We want to make sure that it's bracket to bracket. Now, what is this bracket? So you can see the bracket's kind of got a little lip to it. Well, the opposite is on the wall here. So I'll show you what that looks like. And that is the same lip. And this is from Lippert. Lippert lip. So again, there's these screws. You can see where the mattress used to be, or I keep on saying mattress. You can see where the headboard used to be. And then I ran these screws in here, and it's like, whoops, I shouldn't have done that. So what you want to do is make sure this is level, make sure it's centered, and then you're going to raise it how many ever inches to where you want the headboard, where that bracket to hook into. Not very difficult. So we're going to raise this up basically probably the whole width of what this is, maybe just slightly more. And re-screw it to the wall and center it, and we'll come back and I'll show you how to hook this back on and how easy. So you can see all the holes that we have going on here now. Of course, like I said, yours will probably only have 1 set of holes that's involved. If you're concerned about something coming out of those holes, I guess you can do something about it, but I'm not concerned about it. I do want to point out something else, though, that Heidi does with her Cricut, and you guys may want to do the same. I'll make sure I get those in there for the most part. And that's these things. These lights that are above the bed. Now, I don't know, Rockwood may have changed it since we got this one, but these lights are bright above your eyes, even to look up and to turn them on. I mean, they're really bright. So Heidi makes this stuff with the Cricut. And
I made a funny one over there.
Yeah, she wanted to try out a different design. I'm glad that she did. But it really helps. Okay. Back to what we were doing. Now we're just going to take the headboard. We're going to make sure that it's the same distance from left to right on either side. and it just goes up against the wall and slides down and rests on this lip, which this lip is pretty sturdy, so you don't have to worry about that. Once it's on this lip, then I just run those 2 screws in the bottom to lock it in place so it can't come up and off of it. And as they say overseas, Bob's your uncle. There it is, and you can see the extra height that we have there as far as the gap from here to there. That'll work out perfect in case we decide we're going to do something else, and of course making the bed makes it a little bit easier for that. And now we've got the correct distance that we can actually reach the handle.
You can see that.
Oh look, we can actually get more of this. There's more of this now.
Well, now we have a little seating place to put our shoes on.
Yeah, right. Of course, the reason that we kept that is just what she said. Shoe storage. We have shoes in there and other stuff. We put other stuff in there too. And when we get ready to travel, we can just slide it around the corner here and move it out of the way where the slide can go in and out.
It's worked out real well.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know, which, I mean, this is common sense, but basically everything here on this ledge and inwards, you can see I've got a backpack there. All that stuff and the cords and all that, anything can stay there. It can stay there when the slide's going in and out because it's all part of the slide. This is the only area you got to be concerned with. So that's it. And we wanted to show you another one of those, we're making it our own. And it definitely is an easy thing to do. But a lot of people don't know. I mean, you see that and you're thinking, oh, I wonder how that comes off. That looks like a nightmare. Oh, the other thing you might see too. Sure, we only have a little shelf. And I talked about these wall socket things before. And this little shelf is used and utilized, but we have a tendency that our pillows and stuff might knock this stuff over, might move it away. We use this a lot.
Yeah.
This is actually
I put my glasses up there every night.
I have a feeling, and Heidi may change my mind on this, but I have a feeling we're going to put a shelf up here of some kind. Not much wider than what the headboard is, just a little bit.
Ask him how much junk we need by our bed.
Well, I put my glasses there, I got remote controls, I got
We don't need no shelf.
Carmex.
We don't need a stinking shelf.
See, I told you I should change my mind. That's it, guys. So Heidi's going to close it out.
So as always, we hope to see you out here somewhere. Bye.
Bye.